So, welcome to another video. This time we are going to be cooking. Yes, you heard me right. We are going to be cooking, burning the house down and lighting it on fire. As you guys know, I am a great cook and I love to cook hamsters. This is my hamster. I'm gonna cook him. So, I've decided that we are going to be cooking a cheesecake. That's a cake made out of cheese. And I do not mean any kind of cheese. I mean this cheese. Yeah, it's a cheesecake. Cooking with Kikusiko. Yay! So to get started, we are going to be making this cheesecake. Yes, this cheesecake. So, to make this cheesecake, first we need mold. This is the mold we are going to be using, which is a spring lock. So, a spring lock pan is a pan that has a spring lock. This is a spring lock. It locks. So, to load a spring lock pan, put the inside in and lock it. Done. So, let's assemble the spring lock pan. So there we have it. That's our spring lock pan. So now we need to line our spring lock pan. To line it, we are going to be using butter and parchment. Thank you. We are going to be cutting the parchment for the sides and for the bottom. Grab the parchment paper and roll it out. Try to put it inside of your pan and mark it off like it's half of the size. I'm going to use the scissors and mark this ending, which is about that much, and we are going to cut it now. We need 2 strips of this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now we have these 2 strips. We are going to butter the mold. Yes, you heard me right. I'm going to grab the butter with my hand. I'm going to put it in the mold. Now I'm going to be grabbing it. Now we have buttered our mold. We need to deal with our hands, so I'm going to clean them off. And now we are going to apply those strips into the mold on the sides so we can demold it easier later. And it will just stick right inside, which is genius if you ask me. The next step that I'm going to do is line the bottom of the mold. So for that, I'm going to be using another strip of parchment paper, which I'm going to fold. Fold it again, and fold it again. And again, and again, and again, and again. Until we have something like this, which is a square of... square. Until we have a triangle of parchment paper. Put the mold in the center, and line this center with the center of your mold. Then just cut a little snip, and you will have a perfect lining for your mold. And there we have it, the mold. For the cookie base, we will need cookies and creams, not sponsored, but Oreo called me, butter, which is standard butter, a bowl, a plastic bag, a rolling pin, and a bowl and a knife to scrape off the cream of the cookie. So the first thing first, we are going to open the cookies, and what I'm going to be doing is separating the cookies from the cream. So now that I'm done with my cookies, I'm going to use this to smash them. Okay, so now that the cookies are done, we are going to pour them into a bowl. Now that this is done, we are going to need to melt some butter. Now we have the melted butter, we are going to mix it with the cookies. Now we have this dirt ready, we are going to put it inside the mold. So now that we have it in the mold, we are going to put it aside and we are going to make the mix for the cheesecake. So for the filling, we will need a bowl, some cream cheese. I am using lactose-free cheese, some lactose-free sour cream, some cake flour, an egg, powdered sugar, and vanilla sugar. And also, you are going to need to use a hand mixer or a stand mixer if you have one. I have this regular old trusty hand mixer. So into the bowl, we are going to put our cream cheese. It came all over me. So next, some sour cream. The whole thing, I presume. Why are you not coming out? There you go. So the next thing I'm going to add is the egg. I will be adding the whole egg, without the shell, preferably. Next, the flour, the sugar, and the vanilla sugar. You can also use vanilla extract or vanilla beans if you want, but I do not have any of that on hand. Next, you are going to whisk it up using the hand mixer. That's a little... And now the last step of this process is to put this mixture on top of this cookie and crumbs mixture. So let me do that quickly. And now smooth it so it can be smooth. Don't tap it because the cookie will break even more. And I am going to cook this mixture for 45 minutes at 150 degrees Celsius. And it's finally done. But first, we need to decorate it. So the things you'll need are following: a hand mixer, some piping bags, I'm just using the general ones that I found at my store, some whipping cream, I'm using a lactose-free version because I am that's lactose intolerant, a cup where you're going to whip the cream. So, the first thing first is that you smell the cream to make sure that it's good. Pour some cream into here. We want about 100 mils. So, now that we have the cream in our bowl, we're going to whip it up using one. Oh yeah, that's super audio! After like 30 minutes, I'm a bit butter. But, oh well. Okay, so now that I have my whipped cream, I'm going to put it in this plastic bag. I'm going to fit it with this tip. I'm gonna open the bag and I'm gonna scoop in the whipped cream. Now I'm going to cut the cake. So now I'm going to peel off the thing. I'm going to center it out, which this is the center. I'm going to cut it, so wish me luck. Now I will need to decorate the cheesecake. I'm going to be using the whipped cream that I prepared. And I'm going to stick an Oreo into it. Now I'm going to taste the cake. It's really good! Wow, this is delicious. So, the cake was delicious. I really loved it. It was great. I do recommend chilling the cheesecake though. I do love my cheesecake chilled. So, if you like the recipe, I'll leave it down below. So, if you like the recipe, you can totally make it at home. I'll leave the recipe down below. If you can't make the recipe, well, too bad for you. Ask your mom. I don't know. So, thank you for watching this video. If you find it entertaining, please give it a like. If you do not find it entertaining, give it a like too. It won't hurt you. Like, whatever. Subscribe and ring the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And I'll hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.